All right, and the MK party is expected to host the inaugural Jacob Zuma lecture in Johannesburg today. The MK party will get an opportunity to find out where the party stands in terms of negotiations regarding the fiscal framework. SABC News political reporter Samkele Maseko joins us live now. Sam, a very good morning to you. Thanks indeed for your time. So, isn't today the former, I think I saw that on social media, is it not the former president's birthday today? I think it is.
Well, Criselda, it is the birthday of the founding president of the MK party. That would be former President Jacob Zuma. Scores of MKP members have gathered here at the Protea South Community Hall for this inaugural lecture on the life and times of former President Zuma that will be delivered by the Secretary General of the MK party, Floyd Nyiko Shivambu. This is amongst the many lectures taking place across the country, with the former president on his birthday addressing that particular lecture and rally in Eshowe later on today. And many other leaders of the high command of the MK party will be deployed across the country to speak about their leader Jacob Zuma. But it comes at a time when the government of national unity is going through some tumultuous times where the likes of the MK party is eyeing and baying for blood to take over the province of KwaZulu-Natal, where they are the largest party in the provincial legislature of KwaZulu-Natal. You'd also remember that the Democratic Alliance in the province of KZN had their own briefing during the course of the week, where they said that they will no ways let go of the levers of power in the province of KwaZulu-Natal to the MK party and to the economic freedom fighters. It also comes at a time when the MK party was opposed to the fiscal framework of the budget of the country within the National Assembly, and they are saying that they're not supporting any value-added tax increase, particularly within the fiscal framework that is still currently being debated and negotiated amongst political parties. And the ANC also seeking a meeting with the MK party, with the EFF, with the Democratic Alliance, which they are meeting today. So the issue of the rearrangement of the government of national unity is affecting all political formations, knowing that the MK party is not in support of this GNU.
Samkele, I meant to add to my first question there that, of course, this event is taking place on the birthday of the former president and now a leader of the MK party. You just touched on it just a bit. We're expecting possibly, the Secretary General of the MK party, Floyd Shivambu, perhaps to touch on the issue which you mentioned relating to who perhaps the MK party would, in terms of talks, be talking to relating to KwaZulu-Natal in light of what you spoke about, the DA sentiments regarding KwaZulu-Natal.
It's going to be rather interesting on that particular point, knowing that the MK party is the largest party in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. They've said that they should be the ones who had been given an opportunity to form a government within that particular province. The ANC disputes that particular assertion, saying that the MK party had that opportunity, they slept on the job, and thus the ANC could not leave that particular vacuum to other political formations. When there is that vacuum, they needed to close that gap and create government in that province of KwaZulu-Natal. But if the Democratic Alliance were to walk out of that government of national unity, the province of KwaZulu-Natal could be up for grabs and in the hands of the MK party. You've seen the provincial leadership of the DA coming out and saying that they will not at all costs leave the province of KwaZulu-Natal to the MK party and to the economic freedom fighters. They're essentially saying they are staying put within that government of provincial unity of KwaZulu-Natal, despite the problems that are there at a national level. So it will be some of those things that the Secretary General of the economic freedom fighters of Floyd Nkosi Vambu will be touching upon. We've also seen them engaging with the ATM, having their three aside during the course of the week, where they were deliberating, collaborating as political formations in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. But I am going to bring in Mr. Abel Tau, who is the provincial spokesperson of the MK party in Gauteng. Mr. Abel Tau, just the essence of this lecture, when can we anticipate it to kickstart?
Thank you very much, Samkele, and welcome. We welcome the viewers at home. I'm hoping that they will follow this on our online platforms. This lecture is very, very important for us as MK, but for South Africans in general. It must be noted that apart from it being the president of our party, His Excellency Jacob Zuma's birthday, it becomes very important that we as young South Africans, and I'm saying young understanding, that we are relatively have been in the space as a young party, we should be able to give a correct narrative of who this man was and what he has done for this country and African politics and the freedom of not just the South African people but the people across the diaspora and Africa. Therefore, this is a start of many festivities that we are having as a party. In Gauteng we are here. Across the 9 provinces there are celebrations, and we are urging South Africans to join wherever they are, in Mpumalanga, in the Northwest, in Northern Cape, Western Cape, wherever you find yourself. Join our festivities with SMK, because this man needs to be celebrated while he's here. We want to talk about the Jacob Zuma legacy, and none other than us as Gauteng to be able to tell that story, with Prof. Siape here and the Secretary General of the party being here to come and really talk to the legions of supporters of MKP and members of MKP.
This lecture comes at a time where there are negotiations with political parties. The ANC wants to meet the MK party and other political formations. You've got some sort of demand and supply working relationship in the province of Gauteng. How is that working relationship been for the MK party, particularly in the province where there is no outright winner of Gauteng? You've got about 8 members of the provincial legislature.
Look, it was always our view that MK party should be a party of government. We've never been desperate to be in government. We've always believed that South Africans have chosen us in their numbers. That is why we've always raised the voice to say, where is our vote? Because we believe that the votes were rigged. But be that as it may, I think that one of the things that has been central to our being as a party was the fact that we want to work for the betterment of all South Africans, but black people in particular. And we believe that if we can find ourselves in a space where we are able to then bring all progressive parties or all left activists into this space, where we are able to then decisively intervene for black people in particular, so that we can deal with the issue of the economy, we can deal with the issue of the land, and finally bring the dignity of black people back. So we are looking forward. Those conversations are happening, and soon we will be announcing a way forward. But other than that way forward, we are still also with the Pietermaritzburg High Court to go and present our case on the rigged elections, because we still believe that we are the government that people have chosen.
That campaign of where is my vote is seemingly not taking traction. Your youth league in the province failed to garner the necessary numbers in their march to the Constitutional Court. Is this particular campaign gaining traction? Because it seems to be otherwise when you look at the literal evidence of people within your marches.
Look, we understand that we are a party that's just over a year old, and unfortunately, when it comes to mass action, unfortunately, you do need the kind of resources that would reciprocate the kind of numbers that you want to bring out. You would appreciate that the march you saw in Tshwane was organic, with people of Tshwane coming out. What you see out here is organic, not heavily funded, and that's what MKP is about. It is an organization of the people, where the people themselves are leading this organization and the initiatives that are there to take us forward as an organization. And for that reason, we are confident that it is growing in number because it's organic, but also more than anything, it is our understanding that as much as we highlight the plight of MKP having been whose vote have been taken, we also understand that these are before our courts, and we want to give space to that institution to be able to do what it does. Hence, you have seen the walk by Ubongosi last week on Monday and Tuesday. We went to the Constitutional Court and we said you cannot just just be the spectator as a judiciary. You have got a role to play, and that role must be played well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abelta. When can you anticipate this particular lecture to get underway?
We would be starting in the next 30 minutes, and we are anticipating that Professor Siepe will be on the podium at the very latest around 12:15, and it's all systems go. We will be going inside just now.
Thank you very much. That was Mr. Abelta, who is the provincial spokesperson of the MK party here in Gauteng, essentially saying that they are commemorating and looking back at the lives and times of their leader, that would be Jacob Zuma, who is ultimately celebrating his 83rd birthday today, with those rallies taking place across the country. It will be rather interesting to hear what Floyd Shivambu, the Secretary General of the MK party, has to say, particularly about the current contemporary politics domestically and also internationally.
Indeed, Samkele, thank you very much indeed. We'll certainly be monitoring that as one of our stories today. Thank you very much indeed, Samkele Maseko, out in Soweto for us now.